Well, it is Tuesday evening, and we are still here in Oradea, Romania. I talked to a reporter today from the BBC who did an interview in Russian, and it might be going out on the World Service broadcast in Russian either tomorrow or the next day. We'll see if she uses any of that material. I am kind of befuddled. There's been a lot of requests through the expats group on Facebook from reporters to talk to, expats from Ukraine, and there's like outright hostility among the expat community towards these reporters. It's I just don't understand it. Like they accuse them of causing panic, and they accuse them of making things up, and that all of this is just a creation of the West, and it's all the Democrats' fault or the liberals' fault or NATO's fault. And it's really astounding to me how much of the Russian propaganda narrative has gotten into the expat community. I really didn't think there was going to be. Sorry about that train going by. Just, I don't understand the hostility towards reporters. I mean, it seems to me like if the reporters are getting it wrong, then doing an interview with them is our chance to correct the record and set things straight. Um, Russia says a lot of things about Ukraine, and almost all of them are false. There is no widespread fascist Nazi movement in Ukraine. I've never seen any skinheads or anything like that in Lviv or anywhere else in Ukraine. And we've been all over this country with the exception of Crimea, Lugansk, and Donetsk. Um, it's just, and then I really don't. I can't quite comprehend how, Russia putting 130,000 troops on the Ukrainian border is somehow the fault of NATO. Um, Nobody knows whether they're going to attack or not, except Putin. I mean, Putin alone is responsible for this. Putin alone knows what's going to happen, and the rest of us can only guess. And the only thing we have to go by is what the situation looks like. Um, and what it looks like is that they're preparing some kind of attack. What kind of attack, when it's going to happen. There's been reports of there were cyber attacks today against Ukrainian banks and the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense websites. The attacks apparently failed, or, I mean, were not disabling at least. But some people were having, or some people reported issues connecting with one of the main Ukrainian banks. They couldn't access the website. So we'll see what happens. Russia claimed today that they were withdrawing their troops, but there was some imagery online from a commercial vendor, I think a Mazar, and it showed that the Russian troops were actually moving towards the border. So who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? But tomorrow is Wednesday. That is the day that President Biden said the attack was going to happen. Um, who knows what's going to happen? We've been calling our friends and relatives in Kiev and asking them to stock up on gasoline and water and food, take some very minimal measures, but they say that everything's going to be fine, that this is, just part of life in Ukraine, and that we shouldn't be alarmed. And I'm saying, we're not alarmed. We're just asking you to, put your seatbelt on just in case. Um, but yeah, life was normal today. Natalia taught her lessons. I did my lessons with the university, and everything was normal. So who knows what's next? I guess we'll see what's going on tomorrow morning. But take care of each other. Stay safe. Don't panic. And I'll see you soon.